Welcome to the Chop Team. I'm your host, Seth the DaChop.
I'm your host, Twins Inc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our Barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. There we go. There we go. What's going on, good people? Happy Sunday to everyone. If you're in Atlanta, Georgia, like we are, we're enjoying this great weather right now.
76 degrees.
Should have said 77 on my phone, but I feel you. But either way.
Sunny, partly cloudy, nice breeze. If you're not outside, if you're choosing to listen to us instead of being outside, we appreciate it because we know what you're giving up.
Hold up. You make it sound like it's a bad thing. They're not giving nothing up.
No. This is sacrifice. You choosing us over that, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. I guess so. When you say it like that, it kind of makes sense. So I can kind of rock with you on that a little bit. Not all the way. But anyway, how you doing, brother? How you doing, Seth the DaChop? How you doing today, brother?
Hey, brother. I'm enjoying, once again, I've enjoyed the day. Been out all morning. Now I'm here. I'm good.
Yeah, this morning, so, it was warm this morning, so this morning I took the trash out, you know what I'm saying, get the trash together, clean the garage a little bit, even took the kids' cars outside. My kids got, electric cars. My son got a little mini interior weather, my daughter got an Audi. Yeah, a Audi yellow Bumblebee car, whatever, but it's nice outside, so I let her go around a little bit, so it's nice right now. I'm going to cut the yard yet, but I think next week, if the weather stay nice like this, I'm going to cut the grass, and, shout out to the people in Houston. I'm glad you got warm weather now, because I know last week y'all was freezing. I'm not dismissing anything y'all went through, because we went through that when we had our
yeah, but that was like
4 years ago.
Was it 3, 4? Yeah, long time.
It was a long time ago, but it still hits home for a lot of people. I mean, as soon as it snowed down here or any black ice, we shut it down, right?
Yeah. And please don't be mistaken. Just because we 70 degrees, we can still get a snowstorm.
Oh, yeah, like tomorrow. It could snow tomorrow, and hey.
This is the ATL. We can roll a snowstorm real quick.
Yep.
And it'll still be 73 days later.
Exactly. So, I hope everybody's doing good. We just, do a little killer filler time to get people get comfortable. You come in, we like you to take your shoes off, get relaxed. So that means, hit that like button. Share if you like or not, but go ahead and put that like in there. If you want to definitely be engaged with us, we'll love to have you on the show. Chat to us, because we're going to talk about some stuff today. And as you see the title right now, and we actually like to hear from our ladies. So if any of y'all watching today, please chat in. Later in the call, I will put up the Zoom call so you can call in as well. But we'd like to hear your thoughts on this, because we're going to give you our thoughts on this regarding what does dating look like in 2021? Let me say that again. What does dating look like in 2021? Because from when I was dating in the early 2000s, in the end of the 90s, going into 2000s, my dating preference and standards were a lot different from what it is now.
Yeah, the rules were different.
The rules were different, and the things we looked at back then they're frowned upon now, but now it's a norm. Yeah,
that's it. What we used to think of bad behavior back then is now corny.
Facts.
Oh, used to think that was only the thugs in the hoods did this. Now, if the thugs in the hood did, they'd be corny.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna get into, like I said, we'll just get everybody up to speed, give people time to tune in. And if you listen to the show on a Monday, because the show does get replayed on a Monday, we do live recording on Sundays. So tune in for everybody. Shout out for everybody being here. But when you do hear it, please, I would like to hear the comments. Comment, send an email at thechopteam@gmail.com so you can get some feedback. And if you want to jump in as well, we can schedule something, and also you can lead the call as well, or the show as well, right? All right, so let's get into it, Seth, our child. So Seth, when you was dating in the 90s per se, you know what I'm saying, and because by then you're a teenager, you're making pretty good money. If not, okay, I'm sorry,
young 20s, mid 20s. Yeah.
Okay,
so I'm older.
So you're a young man at this time, but you have the resources and the independence at this point, right? Because you weren't staying at your mom at that certain time, right?
Even then, I enjoyed my young 20s.
No, I get that. I'm just trying to paint the picture.
Okay.
Because, The norm back then was like, okay, I need to get out my mom's house by 18, have my own stuff together so I can go ahead and mingle with this woman because, we had songs back then talking about they didn't want no scrub.
Well, okay, hold on. Technically, I was a scrub.
Okay, you
up until a certain point. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You know what? Let me level set for myself.
All
okay.
right.
Okay.
You do that, sir.
So once again, I still lived at home with my mom, but both of my sisters had moved out, so it was just me and mom's. I didn't even, but it was cool because I didn't even see my mom. I had a full-time job and going to school. I might have saw my mom a couple hours at night.
Okay.
She had a job. I had a job. She had a life. I had a life. One moment. Sorry.
Are you good?
So with that being said, dating, I really felt like I was living more with a roommate. We never ran into each other.
Okay.
Maybe I saw her on Sunday, real talk. So I felt like I lived by myself for the most part. It was just a room you can't go in.
Right. Right.
Right. But yeah, so I'm going out, I'm dating. I can bring people home. Mom's ain't asking no questions. So if I don't come home for 2-3 days, she don't care. So I felt single. I just had somebody at home actually cooking dinner for me. It might be something in the microwave for a brother, which is better than eating bowls of cereal.
Okay. All right.
When my moms did move out, this is useless information, and I had my own place. Grocery shopping for me was 10 boxes of cereal and 3 gallons of milk. Whichever one ran out of first, go to the grocery store to replace.
Okay.
So that's me being single. But yeah, just dating back then, it was pretty much, I'm trying to say, well, how do we want to talk about it? Just exactly what a date looked like, right? But,
yeah. We want to know, because we know, well, we're leading up to 2021. So we're going to lead up. We can probably start, matter of fact, let's start at 2021 so the ladies and people who listen, they can understand what dating looks like in this day and age. And then at that point, we can compare back to early 90s, 2000 from when we was doing it.
Well,
would that make more sense?
Yeah, it's not going to look good either way you look at it. The reason, okay, see, I'm still on myself, real talk, level setting. But now a date is a hookup an app, or pretty much it's almost impossible to holler at somebody in the street right now.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Couple days of maybe a day or two of what you doing, when can we get together, XYZ. Here's the real truth. If she says let's meet up and get drinks,
okay,
you actually know you're not about to have sex. Women who say let's meet up and have drinks, they not smashing. You might, but I'm just saying. If she say, well, you know what, you can just come by my house and we get something to drink, sex.
Okay, all right. and that's now, and
that's this month.
Yesterday, last night, huh? That's that recent.
If a woman tells you, hey, let's meet up and go get something to drink at a bar or something, you be like, yeah, we can do that. You pretty much gonna end up buying her a couple of drinks. Y'all might have some uninteresting conversation because most women don't have any idea, in my opinion, in my experience, on how to actually carry on the conversation. Maybe they just aren't interested. I'm not saying I'm Casanova, but I'm pretty interested in my own opinion.
Okay.
But, they can't carry a conversation outside of their cell phone. They just can't seem to get interested in anything. So you be like, all right, have a nice evening. And you just marked it off your list. You're done. If she says something like, hey, you can come by the house. We can, I got a fire stick or something. We can watch a movie at the house. I'm having sex tonight.
So pretty much what you're saying, that in this day and age, there's really no effort going into the whole dating process. Like you just said earlier, it's like, okay, we hook up. I meet you on social media, Instagram, or these Tangos or whatever these dating websites are. I don't know them because I don't not on them, but I'm sure there's a plenty slew of dating applications where you can go in and swipe right, swipe left, and meet certain people, have a conversation with them. And then because of COVID, right, you really don't, you can or you cannot go somewhere possibly, right? But in most cases, it may lead with, hey, how about you come over and we can watch Netflix and chill? Yeah,
because where are you going to go? There are not even any movie theaters open that I'm aware of. We can go get something to eat, but sitting in a half-empty restaurant with half the people in masks on, just doesn't work. This is the world we're in now, but it was coming here anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how and it's real ugly because it looks to me personally that the application that you're using is doing the pre-screening.
Yeah.
So I can read, and if your face is attached, most likely if I talk to you for a little while, I know your Facebook page, your Instagram page, so I can go and see about you. You can go and see about me. That's the pre-screening portion that we used to do across the table from each other.
Right.
So at this point, by the time we get together, you at least know I'm not, helter skelter and then like that. And oh, he loves his mom. He has kids. They look like they have a good time when they get together. He's cool.
Okay.
I get there, you crack a couple of jokes, you make somebody smile a little bit. Oddly enough, I do have the ability to be more than the dark child. And then, man, what you want to do? I don't know. Come over here and sit down. Oh, this is scary. Oh, lay up. Because, the big teddy bear is awesome, bro. I'm sorry.
All right. So what? Okay. In that scenario, that's when the dating process, communication leads to them coming over your house or going over your house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what would it look like in a dating relationship type if you say, hey, let's go out and get something to eat? Now, what would that look like in 2021? And as far as the man, because there was a question asked me on last Monday, is that what is the man expected to pay or how much they should spend on the first date? What are your thoughts on that, sir?
Well, I got friends and stuff like that. Some of these guys, straight up, a first date is a cup of coffee. So how much is a cup of coffee at Starbucks or your favorite coffee house? No idea. But $10. It's still going to be the same conversation. Mm-hmm. And if I don't feel like it's going somewhere, I wish you a good day and I go on about my business.
So hold on. So what you're saying is that on most first dates, right, for a man and a woman,
now
the man shouldn't go all out. It should be just like, okay, let's go to Starbucks or Books or Noble, somewhere we can have a drink,
mm-hmm.
sit down and have communications, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go on this.
Well, okay.
Go on this. Not saying we gotta travel. I'm saying like go on a date, like we go to an expensive restaurant.
Oh no.
Go to the movies. Go somewhere beautiful like in Atlanta. I think Sundown's a great expensive restaurant where it spins. Have you been there?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Took my prom date there, but that was a long time ago.
Right. and we ain't talking about a long time ago right now. We still talking about on right now. So
okay. Well, you want to get there? Okay.
We'll get there.
No, I mean let's drop that hammer. The problem is that it's the point of spending a lot of money on a woman.
Okay.
I said this to somebody recently, and I hope I say it properly. It's the fact that if you invest a lot in dinner, because I'm from the old school, first off. A dinner date in the old days was dinner in a movie, bowling in a movie, something fun in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Or in dinner, because that's what we did. But when I left you at your house after the date, you were at home I expected.
Okay.
There wasn't going to be a phone call to Todd or Tyrone to come over and blow my back out. And you can have the leftovers from what this dude just bought me at this other restaurant.
Ooh.
Sorry. That's what it. So in my younger days, the money I invested on you was a long-term investment. I was building up to something. But now, too many, what's the word I'm looking for? Too many ladies nowadays have violated the social contract. And in which case, too many people can go out and take a foodie. You know what it's called? A foodie call?
Foodie call. That's what they call them now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just want food. You accepted my dinner invitation with no plans to go any further. You just wanted to eat. You got my food. You went home and you called Leroy or Mike. Or let's put it in terms y'all understand. Your baby daddy or your friend or the guy you've been crushing on or something. Because a what are you doing text takes 5 seconds.
True.
Okay? So I'm not willing, and most guys who I talk to are not willing, to invest in a Houston's dinner or Ruth Chris dinner no, without knowing that there'll be some kind of payoff at the end. I think them days are gone.
Okay, so let me provide a little more context to what he's saying, because
Okay.
I can actually relate 100%, shit, probably 2,000%. So back in the early 90s, early 2000 and late 90s, when I was in my maturity and I was working and all that stuff, when, like he said before, what we used to do going on dates were really investments. And some of your ladies don't may not understand what the investment is, what we used to do. I'm going to tell you now because they don't do it now, so I can give you the black book right now to this part, what we used to do back in the day. See, back in the day, when we dated you, we was actually dating you, and we was like, investment, and like, I'm trying, this was a real deal. This is not like, oh, we're going to get something to eat. No, this is like, okay, I like you a lot. I'm going to do this. So let me give you the outline. So once we have that communication, I get your number, I'm talking to you, texting you, whatever case may be, then we agree that, hey, how about this Saturday we go out to eat, right? So on the men's side, this is what it look like on our side, what we do. Number one, we make sure the house is clean. That's number one. We got to, you know what I'm saying? I'm a bachelor. I live with myself, so house may be a little messy, whatever. So I'm cleaning the whole crib. Now, I live in a duplex, so I was on the top floor, but I clean everything. The bathroom, the living room, the bedroom, all that stuff.
You clean rooms she may go into.
Exactly. So we clean those rooms that we probably going to be in, right? Of course, definitely the bathroom, and definitely, of course, the bedroom. Got to make sure it's clean. Exactly. But, living room too, because it may start in the living room. But anyway, we do that part as far as cleaning. Then we go shopping. Now, most cases, we didn't have that much food because we're men, you know what I'm saying? We usually on the road. We might have other ladies who do cook, so I don't have to keep food stocked in the house. But what we did, I make sure that I had drinks. I had some water, some Smirnoff, some Hypnotic. These were big things back in the early 90s and 2000s.
You called it
Mad
with a
Dog. As I had the stuff just in case you had something to drink at home. Ice and blender so we can make some little daiquiris, whatever. Okay, boom. That's at the house. Second, how to get a haircut. How to make sure I was fresh to death.
Them lines had to be clean.
I had a fresh haircut. Then if I didn't have a fresh outfit, I may buy a new outfit or a new pair of shoes or something. If I didn't have it already, right? Okay, and shoes are expensive, so ching. So car wash, new clothes, yeah. And then from there, what I'm saying, the day ain't probably till what, 7, 8 o'clock-ish, whatever. So then, make gas, car topped up with gas.
Yes.
So
yes.
I pick you up, right? I'm saying, because you wasn't meet me there. I was picking you up. I mean, depending if you meet you up, but either way, I had to do that part. So. Once I picked you up, we either went to the, so.
Oh, well, let me, I want to interrupt. I was going to say, me a little different from where you at. See, I always preferred them to come to my house.
Oh.
Or meet me at the restaurant because I used to want them, once again, that good guy syndrome. I didn't want to show up at your house because I didn't want you to think I was creepy or a stalker or nothing. So you don't have to tell me where you live. You can come to my house. We can leave from here. You can park your car right here in safety of my driveway. Get home. You ain't even got to come in my house. You can get out my car, get back in your car, and drive off. No creep. That was back then. Nowadays, keep going. Just saying.
No.
Being a nice guy. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, because that's what it was too. So they kind of even add on what he's saying. So, yes, sometimes the lady would meet me at the restaurant location, right? Neutral place. Or if I did go to your house and pick you up, see, I'm not the type of guy that I want to meet your parents. I want them look them eye to eye. I was that guy. I was that nice guy. So when I came and picked you up or came to send you, I'm in the house, and if there's a man in the house, I make sure to address them first. Nugget. You know what I'm saying? Then meet the mom. Right. Meet the mom. Cool. Whatever. Once I had a little conversation with them, whatever, then we leave and go out to eat, right? And so on top of that, we're doing these two every time. That doesn't matter which order it is. We're going to watch a movie or we're going to eat. Or we're going to eat first and then watch a movie. Regardless, those two things were happening regardless.
Okay.
And if watch a movie for two people back then at Lowe's, it's going to run you about $25 to $30 because you're going to want the popcorn. You're going to want the slushie. I mean, I want the slushie.
Well, and you have to be able to provide this. You had to show you could buy concessions.
Yes. So whatever she want, ice cream, hot dog, whatever, she got it, right? Either or. Then afterwards, we go and eat. And we'll go somewhere like, honestly, Red Lobster, Damien's, not too high, but just in between level, but a nice restaurant where we can sit there.
Applebee's, TGI
Yeah.
Fridays.
Yeah, all
'cause
those.
That's where we were at. That's my
Yeah.
budget was at.
Yeah, and those are not bad places, but those are good places to go when you
Mhm.
meet somebody. So we went there, and once again, you're gonna spend another $50 there.
Mhm.
So by that time frame, you probably spent maybe $100 to $200 that day just on prepping, getting there, movie, date, all that, right?
Mhm.
And once again, if the date started at 7 o'clock and you eat and then you watch a movie, 9 out of 10 times, more like 10 out of 10 times, by the time the movie's over, it's going to be around either 1 o'clock or midnight, 12:30 ish to 1:30 ish, somewhere in that time frame, right? At that time frame, because now we're in a whole new day, we're in Sunday now. At that time frame, either A, you're gonna get in your car and you're gonna go home, or B, you're gonna come back home with me, right? Those were the only really two options at that point. But at the same time, there were no pressure. Like you had to come. That those were the high risks that we would take dating, right?
You were not expected. As a matter of fact, let me level set that apart.
Yeah.
Not only were you not expected to do anything extra, if you gave it up on the first date, I was not going to call you for a second date. If it was too easy, I didn't want it.
Say that again.
If it was too easy, I didn't want it.
On the first date.
On the first date. So it was there was no expectation of hanky-panky. I wanted it because I'm a grown man.
Right. I mean, if anything, of course, we didn't expect to go full bait, all four bases. We was maybe like get a kiss, maybe. Oh, yeah. Maybe a grab or a brush, whatever, right? Testing the waters.
Heavy petting is what they called it, right?
Yeah, that's
totally straight. But I didn't expect to smash that.
Right. So those were the things that we did back in the early day, and we were actually being more gentlemen. We weren't there wasn't no focus or pressure of what you had to do. But with all that being said, that was an investment for us men. And most of the time, we would do this maybe 2 to 3 times, possibly. Not everyone, but possibly, depending the girl, whatever. And probably by the third time, it's like, okay, at this time frame, if you ain't coming over, then we done, right?
Yeah, I'm not wasting. There won't be a fourth.
Because I mean, that's like $300 we spending. $100. I mean, more
minimum.
than $300 in a month.
Minimum.
Right. So those were the things we did back then. So now when you think about 2021, as a man, no, I'm not going to spend all that money on you on a date because, like you said, I mean, now it's like I have more expectations now. Like Seth Darchild just said on the first day, he expecting to smash on the first day. And no, we don't look at you in any certain way, but we believe that's a requirement at this point.
Well, it sounds bad because it's gonna sound mercenary. I don't want to say that you have to. I'm just saying that I've been put in circumstances and situations so much at this point that it's expected, and it's not on my part. When a woman accepts your swipe or whatever, and she reaches out to you, that's just what it is, dude. All the other pretty stuff is gone at this point. I can say a whole lot of reasons why that might be true, and I might offer up some opinions of my own shortly. But for real, if she swipes right on Plenty of Fish or Tinder or Bumble, the people who are swiping right expect this. They're really not truly saying, "Oh, he's a nice guy. I think me and him could have a wonderful life together." That's not what they're expecting. You try to be the nice guy, and they won't call you back.
Well, I mean, when you think about these nice guys in 2021, the name has changed. Nice guys are no longer called nice guys. No. Nice guys. They're now called the simp.
Pity.
That's where we at now. That's where we at now. We in the early 90s when I was dating, whatever, guys like Russell Wilson, guys like Will Smith, guys like that, or like the idea guy that the woman wants.
Is Russell Wilson looking goofy, talking about, I waited 90 days to have sex with a woman who had a baby and dated Future. That was the kind of simp I was. Honestly, that was me 20 plus years ago. Like, yeah, girl, I don't think we should do this right now. Let's not rush into this. I need to make sure that I'm the right man for you. I know.
Listen, y'all.
See,
Listen,
why we laughing at something?
we gotta talk about this, ladies. I had this conversation with somebody last night talking about Russell Wilson, right? And this is still kind of playing the same thing in 2021 and why guys do certain things. The reason why Russell Wilson is in the news right now because he made a statement out there saying that his biggest fear in his life is losing his wife Sierra, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the problem that I have overall, and here's the chat record that I have, and this is the problem that I have with Mr. Wilson. You know what I'm saying? First off, let's go back and do the track record. Every man publicly that Sierra had dated and messed with, at that time in their life, they were in the top of their game. Mm-hmm. When Bow Wow was Mr. 106 and had all the little jam, he was the top dude in his era and same age as her at that time frame. Bow Wow was on every top song back when him and Sierra was dating. Mm-hmm. When she went to 50, 50 was the top of the game. He was Mr. Candy Shop, on top of this game. Future, when he came out with his song, not saying he's the top rapper of all time, but Future was the top guy on the music. Percocet, Jumpin', all those songs, hit songs he had, other songs he got. He was on top of this game. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson, when she met him or got involved with him, he was Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson was on all the TV shows, on the commercials and championship guy. He was that guy we talked about. Wheaties box and everything. So I gave y'all the track record of all dudes that we know publicly that she messed with, right? And so she got pregnant by the dude that had other girls pregnant already. But the point I'm trying to make is the reason why Russell is saying that he's afraid, because I just gave out the reason why he should be afraid. Every guy prior to him was at the top of this game when she messed with him. Mm-hmm. When they started dipping down on whatever, she moved on. Russell Wilson now is in a contract agreement. He may not be with the Seahawks. He might go to a whole other team.
New York Jets.
Which is not a problem, right? Going to a new team, right? Because he's still a good player. The point I'm trying to make is that once he starts dipping down in his style play, or he's no longer on the TV show, he's no longer the guy you talk about all the time, she may move on without him, because she must keep that standard of having a certain type of guy with a certain type of name to be around. Now, can she change and stay where she's at? She can. It's a possibility. But when you look at the track record.
Well, you know what? For the first time, I'm going to be on her side.
Go ahead.
For a few moments.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and talk your stuff.
But she might have got to a certain point in life where she knows that she needs something real. Now, everybody, listen, this ain't just our opinion. Everybody knows that Russell Wilson is not her speed. He's not in the industry. He's not a party animal. He's not that outgoing person. Russell quiet. You ain't heard nothing about Russell Wilson outside of football.
Hold on right there. And also I'll say this too. Don't forget your thought. Also I'll say this too, to even add on top of that layer. Russell Wilson, he didn't have that type of swag. He wasn't even that type of dude, because if you follow Russell Wilson, because I'm a football head, I followed him. When he got drafted, he had a white woman next to him. Not a problem with that. But guess what? He even married that same white woman as well. Right after he won, right, I think like either a year or a year after the Super Bowl win, then he left her and got Sierra. And women do this. Women do improve their man. They do get their man swag. So yes, ever since Sierra and Russell been together, he got more swag, right? Got his hair permed out. You know what I'm saying? They doing a little cute dance together. She made him look cool, right? Wasn't nothing wrong with that. When I first met my wife, I had ugly glasses. I'm still wearing glasses now, but I got contacts and a whole pair of glasses. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make is that she made him have a little more swag. He didn't have that same swag before. If you follow him, you would see. So she made him to have a little more swag. Mm-hmm. But go ahead, continue what you were saying. I want to throw out there like.
Well, I mean, I can't even quantify the value of swag. Only because sometimes that's temporary. That's what I'm saying. I had a. I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
Go ahead. But, no, say it. Barbershop time, man.
No, because I had a cousin, and she had a dog. Now for a few years, she treated him just like a dog. He was a dog, but at one point he became her baby. I'm talking about outfits and bows in the head and all this other stuff, right? and then a few years later, he was a dog again. She didn't keep doing the whole "this is my baby" and taking him everywhere.
Right.
So, that's kind of sort of what I see when women try to change men. They ain't really trying to change you. They just trying to dress you up to give them something to do. And the moment they lose interest at it, you go back to being a dog. So honestly, she did all that stuff with Russell Wilson in the beginning. I don't know much of what they doing now. They only in the news because he I ain't gonna say he embarrassed himself, but he nice guyed, aka simped out in a doggone interview. So, but no, Sierra, I'm gonna personally hope that Sierra is willing to be a good girl. But she's been exposed to some bad environments prior to meeting Russell. And if she leaves Russell, now this is my question to you. If she leaves Russell, if she stays with Russell, she gets to keep her crown as a reformed thought. If she leaves Russell, then she just back in the game, right? She back to the streets. Is that it? Is that how you look at it?
I mean, that's exactly what it's going to be. Yeah.
Oh.
For her, it's a win-win regardless. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win to be back in the streets.
It's a win. I mean, she's still Sierra, right? She's still who she is. She's still a performer. She still works out. She still makes sure to keep her body good, right?
Mm-hmm.
She still get anybody who she wants. I mean, let's think about this though. Let's think about this.
Okay.
Lori Harvey. She about to I'm not saying they are, but I'll be very disappointed and upset at Michael B. Jordan because he's like one of the dudes out there who can get any woman that he wants. And you know what I'm saying? They look all lovely and dovey, look cute together, but like, nah, bro. You can pick any other woman in the world to be with. You can actually handpick any woman in the world to be with.
Like literally handpick.
I mean, after Black Panther, I was at work. I heard white ladies talking about, girl, do you see when he took his shirt off?
I know.
Like, man, I want some chocolate. Like, ladies, I hear y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. But the point I'm trying to make is that he can have any woman in the world, but he choose her. And the irony is this, that she actually used to mess with Future too. Like, this is the whole stuff blowing my mind. Like, why? And I mean, possibly he might end up going down that simp role. I mean, let's be honest. Most men, not all men, but most men don't want women or marry women that everybody had. And only women who are successful can do that. Only successful ones. Because because Lori, she is pretty. She is fine. She is. Damn, she's cute.
Yeah, she's top of the line.
Yeah, I get that.
From a purely physical standpoint, she's top of the line.
Right, but that's why she can do those things. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why Jayla can do those things because she's beautiful and successful as well. She can do those things. But the average woman, they look at those women and believe that, oh, if she can do that, I can do that. No, stop it.
Oh,
no.
My God. That needs to stop today.
No. You can't do that because they have a different standard of who they are. You don't do that. Don't look at them as like, well, J-Lo, Sierra. No.
It's a different, that needs to be unpacked.
That's another topic to do, but I'm just
where we at right now, we need to go ahead and give about 5 minutes to that.
Let's go.
I mean, just once again, level setting. They are rich and famous.
Yes.
When your own personal net worth or your father's, and Stevie, Lori Harvey, standpoint,
it's stepdaughter, so it ain't. But still,
no, because
she got the last name though, so
exactly. And why did? But you say, why did she take the last name? It's your stepdaughter. You asked him per the article that I read. You asked him to adopt you. You asked him. Your mama didn't ask him to adopt you. You asked him for his last name, and you've been riding that. You haven't told one joke. You ain't did one comedy skit. You ain't stood up in front of one camera, but you have access to the guys you have access to because your father is Steve Harvey. Once again, okay, but people look at you and like it. It's like the Kardashians, outside of doing a P tape with Ray J, you didn't know who the Kardashians were, but all of a sudden she's too good for Kanye. She's too good. Her, Reggie Bush. But you would have never had those if you hadn't did something to throw yourself out in front of the camera. That's fine. That's them. That's celebrity. But for the average woman looking, it's like they don't even remember the days before they jumped into this pool. You don't remember J-Lo? For me, I respect Jennifer Lopez. She's a nice looking young lady, and she's crazy talented. But before you start saying, "Oh, she deserves this," and she was the queen of it, J-Lo was a backup dancer in Living Color.
In Living Color.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. That she just a regular girl from the hood who saw opportunities and took it. Most of us don't get those opportunities. Michael B. Jordan is where he at right now, but the truth of the matter is he was a nerd in high school.
Oh yeah.
All right. So a lot of y'all women turning down dudes or saying, I just want a Michael B. Jordan. He didn't start out as Michael B. Jordan. He climbed a ladder.
From the wire all the way up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the problem with dating, because a lot of women like, oh, while we were talking earlier about going out and catching a movie, it's a lot of people who might listen to this video and were like, I never date a man who took me to Applebee's or tried to take me out to a movie. If he can't take me to the Four Seasons and we can't go to the VIP lounge section of some club, he a lame.
Facts.
Nobody starts at, no, I ain't gonna say nobody. We don't.
Most.
Most people.
The most average man don't start out with all those money to be able to do those
we
things.
start out at the bottom. And I think a lot of women can't appreciate it. And they won't start appreciating it. And I'm still on Michael B. Jordan now.
Yeah.
Until they get to a certain age and the bottom fall out. And now you, like Halle Berry, most beautiful woman in the world for years. I dreamed about Halle Berry. Halle Berry can't keep a man to save her life. Charlize Theron. Yeah. Because she thought she deserved more than she actually brought to the table. And that'll probably make some people mad. But still, that's where dating is at.
I mean, Mary J. Blige.
Same thing.
I mean, she did get married though, so I'll give her credit because she did get married. She took that.
No, I'm just like Kevin Samuels, and I'm gonna throw him out there. Marriage is all nice. You really do want the ring, but some of y'all just look at the ring as a token. Yeah. It's like y'all look at the ring like the Super Bowl. I worked real hard for 1 year, and I got this ring, and then next year, time to try to get another ring. That's not what marriage is.
So you're saying women out there trying to Tom Brady us? They're trying to get multiple rings?
You tell me. Tell me I lie.
I mean, because still on the topic, because dating in 2021, ladies are expected to be taken on vacations on the first date. They're expected for a man to spend thousands of dollars on the first date.
If you can't afford to take me and my kids to Disney World, then we ain't going nowhere. I haven't even met your kids. Wait, why would I take you and your kids to Disney World?
Listen,
but that's how it is.
Listen, there's plenty of stories when guys are going on dates and what they're doing. They are when going on a date with a woman, she'd be her and a woman, right? She may have a kid, but they ain't there. So me and her on a date, we'll go out to get something to eat, and before we leave, she asks, "Hey, can I order something for the kids?" And instead of ordering like some a small nuggets and fries,
yeah, we stop by McDonald's to get a Happy Meal.
Right. I mean, cool if you're there and get small. Kids orders are really cheap, but she went there and went to order like a whole meal of multiple of food, and then you expect them to pay for it, and then we don't expect them to pay for it. You look upon like, oh, he can't take care of my kids and me. We can't be together. Mm-hmm. I only see me and you at the table. I don't see the kids. Yep. But that's the expectation now. Dating in 2021, like if I'm going to date with you, you have kids, and you want to feed the kids, I'm expected to pay for your food, which I am, because that's what a man's supposed to do, right? Mm-hmm. But also I got to feed 3 or 4 kids, and now you're at the table and not here with me. That's not, and that's this live video I sent to you. Women really think that like men need to do that on the first date. If not, I don't need to be with him. Fellas, if you bite that bullet of paying for people's kids and not even there, yeah, you're the simp. Because I'm like, well, nah, this ain't gonna work, and like, well, we ain't be together. That's cool. Because honestly, you just dodged the bullet there.
And it keeps here's where I'll go with that. Yeah. Luckily, honestly, I've never ever did that junk right there. But I know. Either. But the worst part is, all of us know men that do.
Yes, we do.
We all.
So this is not like an opinion. This is like we actually know men personally who did it. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it hit the internet and people talked about it, but I know a man person who did it. Like, really,
Well,
bro?
I mean, and that's the bad part. See, all of us knew. Here's the thing. Okay, real truth. Dating in 2021, I don't think women fully understand social media.
No.
They love it. They take advantage of it.
Yes.
They abuse it
Yes.
without fully understanding the fact that on social media, men can talk about this stuff too. And unlike women, real talk, men tend to learn from other men
Yes.
faster. Let's say, I'm trying to put it in a nice way, but from a purely educational standpoint, men know how to listen to other men, and there is a knowledge transfer between men that seems to lack a lot from women. Examples would be even corporate America, training, work, wherever you want to be, men teach other men faster than men can teach women, and vice versa. We all go through school, but I'm willing to almost say, and I know this is my opinion, if we had male teachers versus female teachers, boys would be graduating faster and better at higher rates than with female teachers.
That would be a fact.
Once again, I can't prove it. These are my things, but men understand the knowledge transfer from other men better.
Yeah.
Now, when I said that, point was, you've had access to Oprah and Ricky Lake and all the movies and TV shows and channels, and men didn't. We looked at the same thing you looked at, and we just disagreed, but we didn't talk about it amongst ourselves. Now, we can start a YouTube channel, and 100,000 men can listen to what we saying, and they'll agree with us. And now this is different from women. They'll actually incorporate this into their life. Women like to discuss stuff and hear stuff and talk about it, but they don't have that action-oriented movement towards, this is a solution to a problem. Let me apply that solution.
Right.
Okay? So that's the difference. That's why I feel like where we're at right now, especially with dating, when women do something that quote unquote violates what I call the social contract between men and women, and I'll get into that because there's some obligations that go with doing all this stuff for you that women just seem to ignore, in my opinion. So when you violate that social contract with one dude, cool. Another dude hears that story and he's not falling for the same trick.
Nope.
And then another dude hears that story. So if 10 dudes hear it, you got 8 dudes like, I ain't doing that. So you do have some men who don't want to hear it. That's a whole different ball of wax. But for us who are listening, Kevin Samuels and mediocre tutorials and Coach Greg Adams, that information isn't just being heard as if it's a TV sitcom. People are listening and changing their behaviors, and it seems to be happening fast.
Facts.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's all. That's what I'm saying. Y'all have social media, but y'all really are using it for social media. Men have social media, and they're learning stuff. We go to YouTube University to learn how to do stuff, and then we do it. Women go to watch social media.
That's true. And also, to even piggyback something you said earlier in the conversation, and you was talking about the education.
Mm-hmm.
And we know, I mean, technically, this is not a real true statement, but in the black community, the black woman is the most educated woman in the black community only. But I can show you some stats where they're not the smartest. The black woman is not the smartest woman in the world, period.
Okay.
But in the black community, yes. But what you said about young men will be more educated, or a higher percentage will go up with school, because if you think about every teacher I had that was a male, you know, it was cool. Mm-hmm. Even if he wasn't cool, you still respected him enough, and he was able to control the class for you. One, you're going to do the work, or you're going to get kicked out of the class. But at the same time, most of the time, those are the most classes that I look forward going to. And It was led by a male. And outside of gym class, because gym was always the best class.
It was always
because it was a male teacher. Right. But well, I had a math teacher was a man. I had an English teacher that was a man. So those classes were cool because they know how to relate to other men, right? Mm-hmm. So were you saying that men will probably be more successful? Yes, that's true. If you look at the most classes, if somebody would break this down as far as which classes that men are successful in, with male teacher versus woman teacher, I promise you the number is much higher in the male teacher side boy side factor of boys being successful in that classroom. So that does play a role. But yes, the reason why you don't have male teachers because the pay ain't right.
But it's not just the pay.
Pay, patience.
Wait. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, hold up now.
I mean, number one reason.
Yes.
And I think I hit on this last week when I was talking to Sherry. It's not so much that and I know we're still on dating, but I want to talk about that little part with the male teachers. I'm coming through clearly?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Is that if you're teaching doesn't pay enough to pay the bills. It gets you by. Teaching might as well be the most educated minimum wage job you can have almost. But it's a necessity. But you got to have somebody at home that's bringing home the bacon. Well, male teachers, if you're a male teacher, it's hard to make enough money as a male teacher and then justify being married to somebody, unless you have an understanding wife at home who might be working in corporate America somewhere, making more money. But you're right. Even as a teacher, if I would say this, and I know regardless of what some people think of my opinions, if money wasn't a factor, I would love to be a teacher. If money wasn't a factor.
Right.
But I can't make six figures teaching woodshop or English. But we need male teachers. It just doesn't pay enough. Teachers don't make enough money. I'll say that. But if teachers made enough money, do you think it wouldn't be more male teachers?
Yeah.
That's the only reason we left it. I mean, honestly, me and are pragmatic. That's the only reason we left the profession alone. It doesn't make enough money.
I mean, think about it. I mean, as a man, you're not going to be able to support a family, wife and kids, as a teacher, as your only job. Now, if you was a teacher and you were lucky enough to also be the basketball coach, football coach.
Yeah, but you got 17 jobs.
I'm just saying. I mean, also, if you're doing long enough, I mean, it could work out. You could work out as a teacher, as a male, if you started early in the game, meaning that you were out of college, you don't have any kids or family, and you over time you made money, you had side hustles that you did to be successful. But if you come out the gate and you have a family, you're not gonna make enough money. I mean, it's a proven fact. Teachers not paid good enough money to survive. So a woman's not going to want a man who is a teacher. I don't know. Now, if he's a college professor, different story. But most women I know, I don't know too many women that have husbands or boyfriends that are school teachers, like from K through 12. I can't name you one person I know. Oh, he a gym teacher or he English teacher. High school? No, I can't name one. All the men that I know. I don't know one guy who was a teacher between the ages of K through 12.
Well, I mean, I still remember, but all of them were coaches. Coach Wells, Coach DeVore, Coach East, facts. Coach Jackson.
Yeah. But yes, but once again, we're still on the topic of what does dating look like, because all that plays a role in dating, because no one's going to date. Oh, you're a teacher? Oh, okay. Because the first thing one's going to ask you if you're going to date, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a teacher in a K through 12. And now she's plugging her head. Oh, he ain't making no money.
Well, see, you know what? Okay. Well, I don't know where to go with that one, because that's a painful punch in the jaw.
But it's a fact.
Yes, it is, and that's the problem. Something was exposed when you said it's about you don't make enough money. Kevin Samuels pointed out something couple days ago, actually, that he had on the same exact show. He had 3 different women in Oregon, in Massachusetts, and Long Island. The next day, he had another lady from Mississippi. All 4 of those women, all across this country, wanted the same dude.
Yeah.
They wanted the basic same standard of items, regardless of cost of living in the area they lived in.
Right. And also, hold up, don't forget that. Also, to even add to that, I hear a lot of women say, oh, well, all women don't want a high-value man. Okay. But then when he asks those fact-finding questions as far as what kind of man, because who asked a woman these questions? I said, what would a man need to able to take care of you and your kids going to private school XYZ, right? And always over $100,000. Okay, so therefore you're asking for a high-value man.
Well, not high value.
Well, I'm saying
high earning.
Yeah, there we go. A high earning man, because once you hit over over $100,000 a year, you're a high earner. May not be a high value man yet, but you making good money. So when you say, I don't care about his money, but you wouldn't talk to a guy making $50,000 though. If that's the case, you wouldn't be on the show asking for.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
But go ahead.
I like what you. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'm gonna take that one. So that boils down to dating in 2021. All right. On these dating apps and stuff like that. Once again, you pre-selected. You filled out your information. If you want to actually date a woman, you're gonna put down how much you make.
Facts.
A quick conversation or two, she's gonna fill you out. Oh, so what kind of car you drive? Where do you live? Oh, you took a trip somewhere. Oh, I've been there too. Okay, so you felt out the fact that I have the resources you think I should have.
Facts.
So now at this point, it's just to seal the deal. Here's the problem for women, and I say this, and I've said this to a lot of women personally, face to face. Y'all are idiots. I know I got to quit saying that, but I say it because when a man can prove to you he has something, that doesn't actually prove to you he's willing to share it with you. Because normally the dudes really willing to share what they have with you are already taken. The dudes who you dating who fit the criteria of what you're looking for, if they gave it away freely, they wouldn't still have it. The fact that they still have it means by default they ain't sharing it with you.
No.
So if 4 women in 4 different places in the country want the same dude, he can't basically give them all what they want. He can just tell them he has it, show them he has it, and at the end of the day, he drops them off back at home.
Facts.
But the foolish part for the men who don't make 100K, the 50, 60 dudes, the 40 dudes, they want you to be with them, but you don't want them. You want the dude who ain't actually giving you nothing. Look at the math.
Listen, let me add on top of that too. So here's a quote here that some of us may know. This person's name is Chris Rock. You know the guy, right?
I've heard of him. He's vaguely funny. I've laughed a couple times.
I mean, listen, a lot of comedians, when they say stuff, they really be saying some real stuff. Raw and cut, but you take it as a joke when they say it, but it's real. It's real what they saying. And I think that gives them another platform to say certain things. But I'm going to read you a quote that he said, and which ties in with dating in 2021, right? Quote unquote, this from Chris Rock. He said, when a man meets someone new, his friends, his boys, you know what I'm saying, ask him, what does she look like? That's probably the first thing most men we ask. You got a new girl? I thought what she look like, right?
What's she built like?
Right. That's the first thing we say. But women, when women ask the same question, they'll ask, what does he do? Don't care what none of you look like or nothing. Is what does he do? The difference between the two questions is this: the man is more focused on how the woman looks, because we are virtual creatures. But what the woman asks is what the girlfriends ask the girls, what does he do? Because right now they are trying to put a number in their head as far as where he works. Because what women like to do, believe it or not, women are just as competitive as men is, if you believe it or not. Only difference is when they compete with each other, it's based on my man do this, my man do that. Oh, I got this. He does this, he does that, right? Because you're in competition with the next girl. I think that's maybe the main problem. They're trying to be in competition with their girlfriends. When they hear about the girlfriends getting flown out and do all this and all that, and then my man, we went to Applebee's the other day and he took me to the movies. We get my nails done. A beautiful event, beautiful time, right? But based on the experience with her girlfriend, it said, "Oh, we went to the Key West for the weekend." You don't want to talk about it because it don't sound as great as hers, but you had a really good time. But the point I'm trying to make is that now you're here, you're like, why can't I do those things like she does? And that's where the problem lies in. But mind you, she don't tell you when she got flew out. She was only flew out, get back shots and bubble gun, and that's it. After came back home, he was on that trip with another girl the following weekend. She don't tell you that part.
She didn't tell you that part where her daddy or her mama had to wire her money to buy the plane ticket home. Because I've heard that. I haven't seen it. I've heard that story.
Yeah, when they go out there and start running their mouth talking crazy and get an argument and do like, you know what? Good luck going back home.
And that listen, see, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
So like I said, the dating game is totally different now.
It's brutal. It's like, once again, here's what I would ask. I probably should have brought this up early.
It's okay.
The problem is we need some women on the phone or something. What do you want? and what are you willing to do to get it from us? Because, well,
They don't know.
Well, the reason I say that is, I should have said this earlier. You guys have made it too easy for us to get what we want. All right, and this is for even the guys that lie. If you, I mean, I can rent a Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Might be a little bit expensive, but I can rent one.
Facts.
I don't even have to show you the title to the car to show you to get you to come home with me, because you saw me driving it. I'm pre-selected in your mind.
Right.
All right. A lot of these rappers who these women throw themselves at, and musicians, you should see their W-2s, because it's a lot of people who done had #1 albums.
Mm-hmm.
Where they at 2 years later? Michael Ronnie DeVoe. I'm gonna use him just as Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition.
Okay.
How many songs did New Edition have? How many albums did they have?
A lot.
This dude was selling real estate in Atlanta. He's a realtor in Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm just saying. He was rich. He was famous. He was out there. You threw yourselves at him, and at the end of the day, dude, he didn't get paid. He just looked good doing it.
Oh yeah. Well, that'll fall under education. No contracts were horrible, but I'm with you though.
Well, but that goes back to what I said earlier, is that y'all women, once again, I said social media, is that y'all women don't think men are watching this and we learning from it. Well, guess what? When you played us for a sucker in the early 90s, when we took you out and we was the nice guy, back to Russell Wilson, when I didn't even want to sleep with you on the first date because I respected you. I thought highly of you.
Yes.
I wanted you to be the girl of my dreams, somebody I could take home to my mom. But when I drove off, you got on the phone and called Tyrone. I didn't know you called Tyrone then. No idea. Didn't even think it could happen. In 2021, of course you called. Are you crazy? Any woman like, give me your cell phone and unlock it. No. That's all it is. If your cell phone is under lock and key, you can't be trusted. That wasn't a thought that I had in my head in 1999. But you'll be fooled to think anything different in 2021. Women don't understand that men have been watching, have been looking, and have been learning. And at this point, we don't want to play the same game we've been playing. But you ladies aren't changing up your playbook. You ain't incorporating more moves in it. You just keep on trying to make a play into, okay, we're going to make this small variation on this shotgun 320. So what you going to call it? Shotgun 321? You know, it's still a shotgun formation. I know what it is when you line up on the field.
Right.
Yeah, but this time I'm going to take 2 steps back and throw it instead of 3-step drop back. Okay.
But listen, but to go back to the original question, yes. I mean, I wish we had some ladies on today. You know, it's a beautiful day, so I understand that we don't have no people calling in today, but it would be nice to hear from a lady to understand, what do you want or what do you expect in dating in 2021?
I would love for them to call, because I want to hear your story, so from a woman point of view, because I know what we get.
Yeah.
We get the fact that we don't know who you could be sent. A friend of mine snatched the girl phone while they were eating dinner. He took her out a couple months ago, and while she was texting on the phone, he snatched her phone from across the table. He just leaned over and grabbed it. He looked at it, and she was making plans on what to do after the date.
Oh man!
He was talking to her. She was looking. He was like, "Give me that," He looked at her phone. She was making plans.
Oh, because you know why? The whole time he's trying to have a conversation, get to know her. She over doing this the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so he snatched it.
I'm like, what are you doing over there? And then you got the phone, because obviously he probably thought she was taking pictures, whatever. But when he took it, I'm sure he wasn't. I mean, really, he took the phone. It's really like, put the phone down.
It was playful. He was like, I was just playing when I was like, put the phone. What are you doing? The heck?
All right. 2 checks, please. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm getting mine.
Matter of fact, she probably got it herself. She's straight. She can, whoever she texts can come pay her bill, her ticket.
And that's the disrespect level that we at. But ladies, we're gonna end this one tonight because we're pretty much telling everything that what y'all had to look forward to in 2021, and it really doesn't look good because y'all do so much. I mean, you know what?
It's so much going on.
So much going on, but even like you said too, like men, once I'll say this, if you want a good quality of a man, right? You have to present yourself as being a good quality woman. So when I asked for your IG or Snapchat, whatever, when I go to it, I hope I don't have to see pictures that I would like to get from you that everyone gets to see. Like, you understand? Like, when we was growing up, we used to ask for a little bikini, thong, or whatever pictures, and that was the world to us. Now, if I can go to your IG and scroll through them, it's like, oh, it's all right here.
There's nothing.
But then on top, I'm like, okay, well, at this point now, you went from being someone I'm interested to this. Oh, okay, she's now on the team. She's just been demoted to the team because I don't want a woman that everyone can see everything that I'm supposed to have. That's for me. Because if I can see everything here, I'm sure your DM was on fire.
Exactly, bruh.
And there's gonna be dudes in there who's gonna probably look better than me, bigger than me, make more money than me. I'm not trying to compete with all them. I'm just saying, I'm like, and I don't have a shot. And I'm not saying that I worry about them, but I'm like, nah, I'm not going to a battle knowing that I'm outnumbered. It's just that simple. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you go into a fight and there's 20 dudes there, I'm not going to fight 20 dudes. I don't care how much of a man that I am. I'm outnumbered. I can maybe knock out 1 or 2 dudes. After that, I'm done. You grab one arm, it's over for me. Regardless, if I'm bigger and stronger than all of them, you're outnumbered. So with that being said, if I'm dating you and I see you have the full everything on IG, I'm like, yeah, I'm not in competition for you. So therefore, on to the next. And then on top of that, your values drop. So I'm going to talk to you any type of way. So what we doing tonight?
Is it, unfortunately.
And matter of fact, I'll probably do that at dinner to let me know the next thing. Because if you say, oh, no, I'm going to go home. Okay. All right. Oh. Then,
and now I'm doing to you what
right.
you might have been doing to me.
Exactly. I'm making plans with someone else. So I'm going to hit you with, oh, hey, call me like 10, 15 minutes. What's up, Seth? Oh, yeah, flat tire? All right, bro. I'll be on the way. Come get you.
Yo, I got to go. My boy need me. Listen, let me get you home. And, no. Can I get something to go for my kid? No, we're just going to get the check.
Yeah, I got to go. It's an emergency. You know?
Yeah, I got it. Nah, but next time, call me.
Yeah.
And when a dude tell you to call him.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah. No, I just want to add one thing, and piggyback on what you said. Exactly what you said. I told my nephew recently, because he was telling me about his girl, and he young dude, and I was like, bruh, I know you ain't come to me with relationship info, bruh. You know I'm the Darth Vader of relationships. He was like, no, Unc, I like this girl. I said, bruh, let me show me a picture of your girl. He showed me her picture. I was like, okay, let me tell you something you need to hear. You ain't the tallest dude she ever slept with. You ain't the richest. You ain't the skinniest. You ain't the fattest. You ain't the shortest. You ain't got the biggest ding-ding. You ain't got the smallest ding-ding. Bruh, you strictly another number for her, right? I said, so go in there and ask her what she like about you. He was like, and I said, no, because you need to find out what's special about you, bruh. And if she stutter and stumble, yeah.
Or no, you know what? What you think about me? Because they'll like to flip it.
Yeah, no, don't.
No, well, you tell me. No, I asked you first. No,
exactly.
That right there is going to be your end all. That's going to let you know that this ain't going to work out.
And once again, when we talked about it a little bit later, he was like, "Man, you was right, Unc." He said, "Bruh, she liked me, but she didn't like me." I said,
she liked me. She didn't like it like
yeah,
me.
And I'm like, yeah, bro, you was up here trying to figure out how to bring her home to your mama, and you liked her, bruh.
But she didn't like you.
Y'all, some of these ladies, I'm in my 40s. First off, I know there's no virgins running around at 40, but honestly, some of y'all have lived such interesting lives in your early 20s that you don't qualify for a man, because a man you've already burned through that kind of guy. He can't make you happy because he was 17 guys ago. Y'all might be dating too much. That's the problem with dating. Some of y'all dating too much.
They dating too much, and they're not dating with a purpose.
Yeah, they just going out and going out and going out to go out. And then when you sit back and want something, the dudes who you burnt through, they didn't just sit back and watch. They talked to other dudes.
And I'll just say this before we close out, ladies, because y'all need to hear this. You are the prize. Seth may disagree, which I understand, but you're the prize and you have more to risk. And when I say more to risk, is that if you mess with a dude, he get pregnant and he's gone, guess what? You're stuck with the child. You know what I'm saying? And if he's 25 and younger, he's not making good money, so you can kiss that child support away. He's not giving much, and your time's gonna be taken. So those are things you need to really think about out there. And then number 4, pair bonding. If you out there just giving if you live in your best, see, as a woman, you should not be living your best life because your womb, it will be attached to multiple guys you've slept with over the decades of your life. And then you'll come across a guy who might be the best guy for you. He does everything for you 100%, but he can't fulfill you sexually because you let Tyrone back in 2018
knock your uterus to the left.
And great feeling and all, but you can't get that feeling from your man that you would not because you done gave it to everyone. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so important that you limit your womb to everyone that you give it to. Mm-hmm. And it all falls in this game that we're talking about with dating in 2021. Yes, men's gonna go out there and we're gonna try and get the cookie every time. Yes, but but it's your body, and we provide the resources. You provide your body. So we can't just take it. Okay, we can go to jail. We just can't take it. Right. So what I'm saying is that you need to be accountable for your action and think about the future. Mm-hmm. Just that simple.
Oh, and I sign off on that once again. I said this last week or so. You got to give us a reason. Men have to give women a reason to be with us.
Facts.
But ladies, living your best life, because we should break down code words because I don't think women fully understand what men think when they say these things.
Right.
So living your best life, any woman that has out of her mouth said living her best life in front of a dude, instantly poison that dude. Instantly. You lived your best life? Okay, cool. I will never look at you as anything other than a side chick. Ever. Because you told on yourself. Y'all doing too much. Date with a purpose. When somebody asks you out, don't just accept any date. And if somebody do ask you out, you have obligations and responsibilities. The fact that you don't want to have those obligations and responsibilities, men are looking. We know you just using us for food. No. We hope you're not going to just use us for food. But if you use us for food, I'm cool. You got me. But I told my boy, and I told my nephew, and I told my brother. And it just keep going. And we talk a lot more than y'all think we do about how y'all treat us.
Facts.
So, yeah, slow down. Date with a purpose, and it'll get better. But at this point, bruh, dating is a one-shot kill. Either I date you and smash, or I walk away and don't call you no more.
Just that simple. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close the show out today.
Mm-hmm.
If you like what we're talking about or even dislike what we're talking about, go ahead and like or dislike the video. But also leave a comment. If there's something that you want us to discuss about or any questions, send an email at DaChop team at gmail.com, or go to our IG page as well, DaChop team, and Twitter, DaChop team.
We out there.
We out there. Just ping us, slide in our DMs, slide in the post and say XYZ. We're all open for it. And anyone who's watching live on IG right now, listen, I see you there, but if you want to interact with us, you got to come to YouTube on Twins Inc. so I can see the comments. And if you want to call in, I have a link for you to call in. But we're going to wrap the show out, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you're still rocking here on Sunday with us, we're about to do another live show, so we out.